Describe the process you followed in creating your tutorial. So for this tutorial, I decided to take the audience-centered approach. From Forum 3, I noticed that the peers were unfamiliar with the tool, so I tried to use direct instruction. And the peers also were interested in research, so I used research questions as examples. The content types I chose were the most useful for tertiary level instruction. What resources supported your decision on the technology tool you chose? So I noticed there was a problem when we moved online and the class size increased threefold, and so I started looking around for resources and tools that would allow me to improve assessment. Describe your efforts in collecting the information needed and putting the pieces together. Where did you find the materials you used? So it was quite easy to collect information needed for this demo because h5p.org is the one-stop shop for all the information you need for getting the tools and resources, the demos, the tutorials, everything you need. One-stop shop right there. How did your tutorial meet your expectations? I find that this tutorial gave a very good overview of the basic tools and functions of the tool. I myself am a tactile learner, so I prefer in-person demonstrations and tutorials where I get to use the tool in the demonstration along with the visual. So where did it fall short or exceed expectations? So when creating the tool, I did it from an audience-centered approach, but I made assumptions about the dynamics of my peers, but I would have preferred to do a quick survey to find out the needs of the people using the tool to see what features they would like. So what would have helped to construct a better instructional unit? So definitely feedback from the users of this instructional unit. The audience of the unit would have been good in order to design the unit to tailor to their need. Given your experience in the process, would you have selected the same tool? Yes, I would have selected the same tool because this is a problem that I had with giving students prompt feedback to see their progress. And so I assume that other teachers would have this issue as well, and if it could help them, I think that it's very useful. So what is your best guidance for instructors about using this type of tool? So my best guidance for instructors using this type of tool is once you get to learn the tool, you get over the learning curve, is that you start to design templates for yourself to save time for you, because it is time consuming, so that you can reuse those templates to make your life a little bit easier as time goes along. What are the traps and pitfalls to avoid? Well, it is a quite exciting tool, especially the gamification and those tools, and they're quite fun. And so maybe once you learn about them, you'll want to use everything, and then you don't want to bombard your learners. You want to pick and choose the most effective tools. And so you really want to be selective about the tools that you choose. What are the tricks of the trade you would pass on to them? Well, you want to learn how to connect your activities in your gradebook, and so that you keep track of the progress your student is making. You also want to keep track of the interaction and the time that the student spent in using the tool. So in this course, as the students, I really was under the assumption that we would have been introduced to digital tools instead of learning them for ourselves and researching for ourselves. Perhaps I would allow my students to do the same, to explore for themselves new digital tools like we did in this course.